Ladies and gentlemen, actively bringing the preferential credit capital of the Bank for Social Policies to rural areas is one of the important solutions to help localities get resources to implement the National Target Program on new rural construction. After more than 10 years of implementing the program, TayNinh has 45 out of 71 communes meeting new rural standards. It's expected that there will be 10 more communes meeting the standards by late 2021. Tay Ninh Provincial Bank for Social Policies has contributed to this result by implementing many policies to prioritize credit sources for agricultural and rural development, together with localities to complete the criteria for building new rural areas. Determining the important role of credit capital in rural development. In recent years, the transaction offices in district towns and in city have coordinated with local authorities, associations, and mass organizations in disseminating on preferential credit loan policy to invest in production and business development. From the source of preferential loans, poor households and policy beneficiaries have had the opportunity to invest in production development, increase their family income, gradually escape from poverty and get rich, making an important contribution to the construction of new rural areas in the locality. Ms. Phan Thị Kiet's family was formerly a poor household without house and production land. Her family had to stay on other people's land and work as a hired laborer to earn a living. Since having access to the bank's preferential credit programs, including loans for poor households, students, and job creation, Ms. Kiet had the capital to invest and develop economic models. As a result, her family life has become more stable. Ms. Kiet has escaped poverty so far. In recent years, I have been able to get loans through credit programs for students, clean water, and poor households. I use this loan to afford college education for my kids and to raise cows. It's the bank's low loan interest rate has helped me to be who I am today. In order to bring preferential credit capital to the people, for years, the Bank for Social Policies transaction offices of district towns and in city have closely coordinated with mass organizations, including Farmers Union, Women Union, Veterans Association, and Youth Union, who perform well the role of trustee and creditor. They also actively guide households who are setting up projects to borrow capital for household economic development, encourage the establishment of model of helping each other develop the economy, groups of households associating in commodity production, sharing experiences in applying science and technology in production, searching for markets for agricultural products, to support each other in terms of land, seeds, and production land. Because the Bank for Social Policies lends capital at a preferential interest rate, the beneficiaries have promoted the effectiveness of this loan source very well. As for policies promulgated by the state to support people to access loans, our saving groups and Farmers Union regularly inform people about it, so that when there are preferential capital policies, we promptly coordinate with the bank to disburse funds to the people. In order to enhance the publicity and transparency in credit policy and in the method of entrusting funds, the bank will entrust associations with our capital. U Minh Châu District Bank for Social Policy so far has a total loan balance of about 284 billion Vietnam dong, of which the entrusted capital through the Farmers Union accounts for about 55%. The Women's Union is about 8%. The Veterans Association is about 8%, and the Youth Union accounts for about 9% of the total entrusted balance. In order to contribute to well implementing the National Target Program on building new rural areas, in recent years the Bank for Social Policies of Tay Ninh Province has closely followed the resolutions and decisions of the government to realize many support activities for the people. As of September 30, 2021, the provincial bank is managing a total outstanding loan of more than 1,382 billion Vietnam dong. In the first 9 months of 2021, the bank has disbursed over 446 billion Vietnam dong, providing loans for 18,353 poor households and other policy beneficiaries. From the source of policy credit, it has contributed to timely support for investment in production and business, creating jobs for 2,226 employees, helping 321 students with difficult circumstances borrow money to study, building 26,516 clean water and sanitation works in rural areas, providing loans to build 13 houses for policy beneficiaries. Particularly for communes where new rural areas are being built, the bank considers strengthening capital sources, improving the efficiency of policy credit capital to contribute to reducing the poverty rate, creating jobs, increasing incomes, and improving people's lives as one of its first duties. The provincial branch of the Bank for Social Policies, as well as the transaction offices of district towns and Tay Ninh City, have also implemented many credit programs related to the new rural construction, specifically credit programs for poor households and households just getting out of poverty to achieve the goal of sustainable poverty reduction, for job creation, clean water and sanitation in rural areas, all of which have fully met the needs of local people, in which the budget transfer from localities to the Bank for Social Policies for providing loans accounted for 9.18% with very clear goals. The employment program for the period 2016-2020 and the approval of the employment program for the 2021 and 2025 period are identified as very important. In the coming time, the Bank for Social Policies will continue to advise to receive capital from the central government to meet these credit programs, making the construction of new rural areas in the locality more and more convenient. The complicated situation of the COVID-19 pandemic has directly affected the life of people across the country in general, and Tay Ninh Province in particular. As the leading unit in policy credit for the poor and other policy beneficiaries, the Bank for Social Policies of Tay Ninh Province has taken many solutions to promptly meet the capital needs of the people, to support borrowers affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, to boost production recovery and economic development. The family of Ms. Trần Thị Gái, living in TayNinhTV hamlet de la Commune, has been making rice paper for many years. However, due to the impact of the pandemic, their products couldn't be exported. For nearly 3 months, Ms. Gái has temporarily stopped production. When the pandemic settled down, Ms. Gái intends to restore production, but it will be very difficult for her to do so without accessing the loan for job creation from the Provincial Bank for Social Policies. Before the outbreak of COVID-19, everything was also good, but I haven't repaired anything for the last few months. Now the pandemic is put under control, I want to resume production, but have no capital left. Thanks for the loans of 30 million Vietnam dong from the Bank for Social Policies, now I have capital to produce again. It's a very good thing. After the social distancing according to the government's directive number 16 ends, people really need capital to recover production. The Farmers Union has accessed these sources of capital and approved loans for 11 households with difficult circumstances during this pandemic, with a capital of 325 million Vietnam dong from the Bank for Social Policies of Buiding district, lending to households for pre-production. During the pandemic, if we can't sell goods, our capital is also exhausted, sometimes even lost. Accessing the capital of the Bank for Social Policies is like giving me more strength to restore production.
Ladies and gentlemen,
to keep contributing to the implementation of criteria on income poverty rate, residential housing and labor structure in new rural construction. In the coming time, the Bank for Social Policies of Tay Ninh Province needs to further improve its capacity and quality of operations, focus on measures to improve the quality of credit programs, continue to review poor households according to new criteria, to provide loans to the right beneficiaries, thereby helping people have the opportunity to develop the economy, reduce the rate of poor households, and have a reasonable labor structure to build new rural areas effectively in the localities.